The Power of Truth, A Wise King's Justice. A Moral Story in 4 Parts. Part 1. The Kingdom of Nurabad. Long ago, beyond rolling deserts and silver rivers, there stood a prosperous kingdom called Nurabad. Its name meant City of Light, and people believed that the light did not come from the sun alone, but from justice that ruled the land. Merchants traveled from distant countries, scholars gathered in its libraries, and farmers slept peacefully at night, knowing their harvests were protected by law. At the heart of Nurabad sat a grand palace built of white stone and blue tiles. From this palace ruled King Amin, a man known not for his strength in war, but for his sharp mind and unshakable love for truth. He was neither young nor old, his beard lightly touched with gray, his eyes calm yet piercing. People said that when King Amin looked at someone, he could see not only their face, but their intentions. King Amin had learned wisdom the hard way. In his youth, he had seen how lies destroyed families, how greed ruined cities, and how injustice turned loyal citizens into rebels. When he became king, he made a promise to himself and to God: no innocent shall be punished, and no guilty shall escape, no matter how powerful they are. Every week the king held an open court. Anyone, rich or poor, could come and present their case. Guards stood aside, and the king listened patiently, never interrupting until a person had spoken their full truth. Many rulers pretended to listen. King Amin truly did. One morning, as the city awakened to the sound of prayer bells and market calls, a case arrived that would test the king's wisdom like never before. The accusation. 2 men entered the court together, both well known in Nurabad. The first was Hassan, a wealthy merchant who traded silk, spices, and precious stones. He wore fine clothes, his fingers heavy with rings, and his voice confident. The second was Yusuf, a humble carpenter, dressed in simple cotton, his hands rough from years of labor. Hassan bowed slightly and spoke first. "Your Majesty," he said, "this man has stolen a pouch of gold from my house. That gold was meant to pay my workers and prepare a caravan for the northern trade route. Without it, I face great loss." A murmur spread through the court. Theft was a serious crime in Nurabad. The king turned to Yusuf. "What do you say to this accusation?" Yusuf bowed deeply, his voice steady though his face was pale. "My king, I swear by the Almighty I have stolen nothing. I have worked for Hassan in the past, yes, but I am innocent of this crime." Hassan quickly added, "He knows the layout of my house. He repaired my doors only last month. Who else could it be?" Many in the court nodded. The evidence seemed clear. A poor man, familiar with the house, accused by a rich one, such cases often ended quickly. But King Amin did not rush. The king's first test. "Justice is not a race," the king said calmly. "It is a journey." He ordered the guards to bring the pouch of gold. It was placed before him, heavy, sealed, and marked with Hassan's family symbol. The king examined it closely, then asked, "Hassan, when did you last see this gold?" "3 nights ago, Your Majesty." "And when did you discover it missing?" "This morning." The king nodded, then turned to Yusuf. "Where were you 3 nights ago?" "In my workshop, my king," Yusuf replied. "My neighbors can confirm. I was completing an order for a widow whose roof had collapsed." Hassan laughed softly. "Poor men always have poor excuses." The king raised his hand, silencing him. "Bring the widow and the neighbors," King Amin ordered. Truth gained strength when tested. The court was dismissed until the afternoon. Seeds of doubt. When the court resumed, the widow and 2 neighbors testified. All confirmed that Yusuf had worked late into the night, repairing the roof under lantern light. Their stories matched without hesitation. A faint frown appeared on the king's face, not of anger, but of thought. "Hassan," the king asked, "was anyone else in your house during those 3 days?" Hassan hesitated for the briefest moment. "Only my servants, your majesty." "Loyal men?" The king noticed the hesitation. He noticed everything. "Very well," King Amin said. "This case will not be decided today." Gasps filled the hall. "The truth here," the king continued, "is like a hidden spring. Dig too fast and you miss it. Dig wisely and it reveals itself." He ordered both men to remain in the city until further notice. As Yusuf left the court, fear weighed heavy on his heart. Though innocent, he knew how easily the poor could be crushed. Hassan, meanwhile, smiled confidently. He believed gold spoke louder than truth. But King Amin had already begun to see cracks in the story. That night, alone in his chamber, the king whispered a prayer. "Let truth stand clear, even if it stands alone."